Just before the rest of the video, I just wanted to show you a mistake I've done. Now I'm sure probably a million of you out there know all about this, and probably a million more don't. I'm one of the ones that didn't. Alright, there's a fuse on here, 100 amp fuse, and the other fuse, you can see how they just come off the pins there. Now this other 100 amp fuse, I thought it was just stubborn, I thought it had corrosion or something on it. Didn't experience this type of fuse before. It's actually unbolts from the sides. So you got to undo those bolts first, undo this main, and then you end up with a fuse that's supposed to look like this at the top. It's blue and has legs like this on the bottom, and then if you do what I did, you bust the whole thing apart to learn that. Luckily enough, they're only $5 down the road, so I'll replace that in time. I'm going to put it back in there today because even though the plastic around it is broken and that little bit of ceramic is broken just a little bit, it's still going to work. And so I'll buy one. I'll get my van back on the road today, and I'll buy one, and I'll have it as a spare until that one either packs it in because of the condition it's in, or I'll get around to it in a week or two, just to be at ease that I've done the fuse already and I don't have to worry about any corrosion building up on there. Whole purpose of this was I'm going to run my wires that I got to the battery from down here in this compartment here, so when my terminal's back on the battery I don't see a whole bunch of wires going over the top of my battery, just cleaning the area up. Alright, so on to the video. What I'm looking at today is my TV cable, throttle valve cable, is not reclining, not retracting. Obviously it's on the gearbox end. I've tried to spray some WD down there and everything to see if that was a problem, and I've already had the cable put on the cable from the other end, and it slides through quite easily, but I don't know why, but it just it came good once and then stayed stuck on again. So it's on, basically on full all the time. So just kind of like get a bit easier to recline there, and or retract, and I'll get to the other end and see if I can get the cable out and have a look what's going on. Alright, so you can see the neutral safety switch here. Let's see if I can get a bit of grip on this camera. There we go. Alright, so you got this neutral safety switch here. Basically, so you can only start the car in park or neutral. And the TV cable is going behind it there, so I need to get this switch off to get access to behind it and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so now the neutral safety switch is off. You can see what I'm dealing with here. There's no bolt or anything there, it's just kind of just stuck in there. So if I give that a wiggle out, should get it to a point. Can't hold the camera at the same time, so I'll just do that and then give you a look. Okay, so here's the interesting part. So I've just pulled that out. Now if I can feel it's not jammed in there because I can hear it knocking when I pull the cable up. And if I go slow enough, see if I can zoom in, the cable actually goes back in as well. And I can feel a bit of resistance there behind it, so it's to me it feels like it's doing its job. So I'll plug that back in there. We'll go have a look at the other end now, see what the cable's doing. Okay, so it looks like I need a new throttle valve cable. So when that's retracting on its own. That's all working properly again now. But if I pull it out here, it sticks. So that's interesting. Looks like I might have to get myself a new throttle valve cable. What I might do, what I will do is I'm going to get the WD-40. I'm going to pull the cable off the other end there, and I'm just going to drown it with WD from the top here. And see if I can get enough WD-40 down the line to loosen the cable up. It looks a little bit dry around here, and definitely working good. Just if I go too far, it sticks, and that's where the problem is. And then of course the throttle valve cable is always on full, and the gearbox is being told that I'm giving full acceleration and pumping all the pressure into the torque converter for that type of driving, and I'm not doing that type of driving, and in time that's going to just kill me gearbox. So I don't want that to happen. I need this to reside back. Better to have it back all the way in the van. Think that I'm just putting around, which will make it a bit harder to climb hills and so forth. So I'd have to physically throw it down into low or second myself to do that type of driving if I wasn't going to use my throttle valve cable. But this feels good. I'll get some WD-40 through the system completely, and then I'll just work it like this for a while, and yeah, I'll start recording then, and give you a look to see if it still sticks when I put it on full, or what we're facing. Alright, I'm just going to show you here. Throttle cable already feels a lot better, and just working it here. You can see all that. Oh, sorry about that. See all the guck build up inside there? That's what's been causing the problem. I can pull that. It doesn't stick anymore. So I'm just going to keep working it and try and get as much of that crap out of there as possible. And yeah, she should be right to go. So this was going to be a video on how to replace this cable, but looks like I don't need to. So that's a job for another day, if that ever happens. So I'll just see how we keep on going anyway, and I'll do some tests with my AVD tool, and see what differences we get out of it. Alrighty, so that all looks like it's going good now. Put all this is a little bit loose here now, so if I go say give that full throttle, full acceleration rather, throttles on a motorbike, I've got a lot of slack there, so I want to try and tighten that up a bit. I slacked it off a long time ago to what it is now because of the problem. I didn't realise that it just needed a little bit of a fix. Geez, an open end spanner would have been much better for this. Anyway, there's a nut on both sides of this bracket here to adjust the cable. That's a fair way there now. Make sure we've got, oh yeah, beautiful. There's a tiny bit of play left, and that's what I want. I don't want it to pull tight where it's going to jam. So I'm going to adjust that back nut up a little bit further, just because when I tighten this, it's going to pull the cable a little bit looser again. That's a good word, that, isn't it? Looser. Beautiful. Like I bought it that way. There we go. So just gives this area a bit of a degrees, since I've been playing a little bit of WD here, and we're good to go. Okay, so you've got a bit of a clean up there. You can see the acceleration. Working good there. So good. But you can tell I've got a bit of a miss. See that? A bit of a mist there, so I'm going to take the distributor cap off and have a look what's going on there. Might need a bit of a clean. But as for the TV cable, looks like she's all working sweet again, and cleaned up a bit. So now I'm just going to check a bit of electrical wiring and distributor cap, and see if I can iron out that little bit of a bump there. So you can see at the end of today, we'll end up with the fuse being back in like that. The whole objective was I wanted to get some wires wired into the bottom here, instead of having them going across the battery and to the top of the terminal, making everything look ugly. So now when I get the battery back in, which I've got the battery bracket out at the moment, I need to repair it, just because the bracket doesn't hold on the side to hold the battery down properly. So I'll be fixing that, and this fuse will be changed in a couple of weeks, a week or two, when I could be bothered putting it all apart again. So that's pretty much it. And I'll show you the last clip with the battery back in. And there we go, all back together, pretty as a picture. Alright, cheers, thanks for watching guys, see yous.